Hey guys, for today's getaway May video, I am going to be completely honest with you and say today's video was actually supposed to be something else, but I completely forgot to do it. It was going to be an outfit of the day while I was actually on holiday. I was going to record it very quickly with my phone, but I literally had no time and it didn't even really filter through my brain to do it. I just thought, oh, I need to do that, and then it just drifted away, so I never did it. So I apologise for that. Instead, I thought I was just going to do, I was trying to think of another video to do and I just couldn't think of one, so I decided I'm just going to talk to you about my holiday. I've put a vlog up, but it barely shows anything that we did because I couldn't vlog everything. And again, honestly, majority of the time I was too busy having fun with the girls to even think about pulling my camera out and vlogging stuff. So yeah, I did vlog pretty much almost every day, but just didn't vlog everything I did. So the vlog is going to be linked down there. It's like 15 minutes long, so prepare if you're going to go watch it, but it is down there if you wish to see it. But this is going to be me just talking about everything that we did. It's 13th of May we went, and our flight was at like 6:30 in the morning, so it was an early one. And we all went to my friend's house Monday night and planned on sitting there and getting ready and everything. And then we were leaving about 3 o'clock in the morning to get to the airport, and it's sort of like we were all up for it, blah blah blah, and then we very slowly all just went cat, all sort of started falling asleep. So I don't think any of us actually slept, but we all just chilled out for a bit. Got to the airport about 4 o'clock, chilled for a bit, went on the plane, and I absolutely hate flying. I'm not too bad once we're already up in the air and we've been up there for a while, but taking off and for the first like half an hour where they're like rearranging the plane for where it needs to go, I absolutely hate it. So I was absolutely terrified. I was knackered from no sleep. But we had a pretty good flight. From what I remember, I did actually fall asleep on the flight there, which is very unusual for me. I never sleep during the day and I've never slept on a plane before, I don't think. Got into Spain, I think about 11 o'clock. Lighting's gone crazy. About 11 o'clock I think we went. About 11 o'clock we landed. Got all our luggage and stuff. Got on the coach. Once we'd landed it was another hour to the airport. So again we were all like trying to just stay awake and keep battling through. And there was some very good music on the coach on the way there. So that kind of kept us all a bit awake and a bit of a sing. Got to the hotel about 12. Checked in, we had to wait for our room because it wasn't ready, but we were all inclusive, so they give us our all inclusive bands so we could drink from the second we got there. I don't drink like pretty much any alcohol whatsoever, but it was good for all my friends. They all had some nice cocktails. I've had bottles of water and cups, glasses of Coke, but we still had fun. We chilled out, got our room key, got changed and went by the pool, and we pretty much did not move then until about 7 o'clock when we went and had food. Pretty much it for the first day that we were there. We literally just chilled out and did nothing. On the Wednesday we were all a bit gutted. There was no sun whatsoever on Wednesday, not until late at night. It was actually raining. None of us had prepared for this. We'd all brought coats, like jackets, because we'd gone to the airport so early in the morning, we wanted to be warm. But nobody had sort of like in the middle sort of jackets, so we all like had these big thick coats on all day. Never mind, we went and did some shopping and did the cutest little shops and little stalls because I love places like that with all the little shops. So we did that all morning, and then we went horse riding on Wednesday. Late afternoon, so about 4 o'clock we went horse riding and it was amazing. I haven't been horse riding since me and Chris moved in together because I just couldn't afford it. Before we moved in I was going every week for lessons, but once we got a house, well the flat, once we moved in together, that went out the window. We've never been able to afford it since. So it's been like 3 years. I had no good shoes. I ended up riding in my sandals, which is I'm never ever doing again. It was like awful. At least I had leggings, so that was good. But just before we went to get on the horses, one of the horses decided to kick somebody that was there. So then I was like, oh my god, I don't want to get on the horse. But after about 10 minutes of being on the horse, I was like, I actually like this. My horse is very nice. It was very like docile and was just like plodding along. And we went for like an hour-long trek through like, I'm assuming it was supposed to be like a forest, but obviously it was Spain, so it was all like dusty and stuff. But through the forest, It was for an hour and it was lovely. It got nice and warm by the end of it. I wouldn't take my jacket off because it's too ingrained in my brain that you don't have naked bits on a horse. So by the end I was like sweltering. But we had a really good time. Then Wednesday night we actually went out into Benidorm, like on the Benidorm strip with all the bars and stuff. And honestly, I was absolutely terrified. I am going to talk more about things like that this month coming, June, yeah. I'm going to talk more about that in next month's videos, so give it a couple of weeks and I'm going to talk more about my issues with why going out to the Benidorm strip was terrifying. But we did it, we all got dressed up. As I said, I was going away for my best friend's hen party, so of course we had to do a fancy dress, and she picked 50s and all the girls looked amazing. They just looked stunning. It was so good. We walked for like an hour to find a taxi that would take all 5 of us. Never found one. I had to get 2 separate ones. And we literally just got to a guy and said, take us to English bars. And we ended up on a strip. And it was interesting. Interesting is what it was. My friend just kept getting dragged into bars because obviously there's people that work for the bars that come out and they're like, you come in here with us and you can get free drinks and free cocktails. And because she was all dressed up in a veil and a hen party sash and everything, she was just literally physically manhandled into bars. But she did keep getting everybody free drinks all night, so that was good. Ended up in like a proper bar club. Hi Sheldon. And one thing I've discovered from this holiday is that I am not a clubber. No. I'd rather be here with me tea. Yeah, I had a good night. It was nice to see all my friends having a good night, but for me, it was just, it's not for me. No, I had a Coke that night and that was it. I pretty much just stood in a corner like this. But all my friends had a good time. We got in at about, I think it was about 5-ish in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning we got in, which, that's crazy for me. I'm like in bed at 9 o'clock. Thursday, everybody slept in pretty late. We missed breakfast and we missed snacks. A few of us went down for coffee in the morning. Well, no, about 11:30 some of us went for coffee. So we stayed around the hotel until we got lunch because nobody sort of like surfaced and was presentable till about 12:30, 1-ish. So we got some lunch and then we went to the beach, which was lovely. The water was freezing, which I was a bit annoyed about because I'm like a fish. I want to get in and swim, but the swimming pool at the hotel was cold, the sea was cold, the beach was lovely, it was nice and clean, it was so hot, and we just stayed there for a good few hours and just didn't move. We were just like dead on the sunbeds. Headed back to the hotel. The plan was that we were going to go out we were going to go try and like maybe find a bar or something that night because we were up early the next day because we were coming home, but we were all that tired, it just didn't happen, so we just chilled out in the entertainment section bar bit downstairs in the hotel. And I'm laughing because it's like just full of old Spanish pensioners all having like a ballroom dance, so it's quite funny. But we all just chilled out there, got an early night because we had to be up and ready and checked out and breakfast and on a coach for 10 o'clock on the Friday because we're going to a safari, which is the thing I am most excited to talk about because it is an experience like I've never had in my life and one that I hope I will have again. I don't know. I come straight home and I told Chris, if we're going, we've got to book again just so I can take you to this safari because it was insane. It says you could feed some of the animals and that you could touch them, and I was like, that's either just pictures saying you can or you're gonna have to pay extra to do all that, and you didn't. You could do whatever you bloody wanted. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be British. You could feed anything you wanted. If you could throw something at it or you could get near it, you could feed it. They said, pretty much, we asked, what animals can you feed? And she went, anything. So, we were just like, oh, alright. Absolutely anything. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that still. As much as I enjoyed the day, I'm like, I'm not quite sure I like how you can just feed any animal you want. Like, it's just there. Like, we fed the giraffes. And it's just there and it just bends its head down to you and you just feed it. You doesn't have to, it could be anything. Feed it, stroke it. Well, I stroked the giraffe though. Fed a giraffe, how insane is that? We fed and stroked the zebras. We fed and stroked the camels, which is probably. I am ecstatic that I got to feed a giraffe because I've always wanted to do that. I was going to pay to do that here at our zoo. But, so I loved that, but the actual feeding of the camels was the best, as in it was so funny. I've got a picture which will be in somewhere in this video. I've got a picture of my friend trying to feed them and she's just like covered in giraffes. Like, you can't even, giraffes, she's like covered in camels, you can't even see her face. Because if I was then like trying to get the peanuts out of her hand and you just can't see her, they would not leave her alone, they kept knocking her over. It was just an experience like I don't think I'm ever going to forget. The girls all went swimming with sea lions as well and it was only €30, which is insane. I kind of wanted to swim with the sea lions, but then the other part of me was like, I don't have enough confidence to swim with them, was a lot of it, but at the same time I don't really enjoy that whole let's make an animal do tricks type thing. I like watching it, like I think it's incredible, but then my morals kick in and I'm like, no, I just don't like it. But they swam with them and to be honest, the sea lion looked like it had fun, the train up was wonderful, but I still don't know if I could have got in the water and done it confidence and just morally wise, but I enjoyed watching them and videoing them. They looked like they had a whale of a time, so that was great. We caught a little bit of the sea lion show. It was good, but again the little voice inside my head says this is wrong, so we still watched it because everybody else wanted to watch it and I wasn't going to stop them from doing what they wanted to do, but it was good, it wasn't too bad. After the show had finished you could get a picture with a sea lion, which I was kind of desperate to do because after seeing all the girls in the water and taking all the pictures for them, I was like, I want one, and I got one with, I got two pictures with the sea lion. One having a cute little kiss on my shoulder when it wasn't kissing my friend in front of me. She bent down in front of me to have a picture and it was like, I'm kissing her instead. Down it went and it would not come back up and give me a kiss. Eventually he did, and then we got the picture taken, and just that in itself, I mean, my arm around the sea lion and it was like, what? And then one of my friends asked the trainer if I could have a kiss on the lips because they'd all got one and I didn't, and he was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Did something with the sea lion and it was just like, oh, straight on my face, and I had a nice smooch with the sea lion, which is just crazy to think about. And I think that was probably my best day, not just my best day of holiday, just one of my best days of my life. Like Friday we had a great day, but we ended up going back to the hotel, got our transfer back to the airport. Our flight was at 9:30 at night and I hate flying at night, like it terrifies me because it's always bumpy, and it wasn't the worst flight I've ever had. I've had much worse, but I really wanted to sleep and every time I sort of drifted the plane would start bouncing, so we got back at 11, dropped everybody off, I'm gonna yawn, got back home. Got back home at like 1 o'clock in the morning, had a big long conversation with Chris about all the animals at the safari park. It didn't even matter about anything else, it was just like safari and that is it for today's video and the end of our Getaway May series. Again, I apologise that this video isn't what it should be, but hey ho, that's just the way it goes. This series has really got me in a summer mood and I hope that you've liked it and found the videos helpful and interesting. Thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!